Hey beautiful people, it is Koketsa Highly back again with another video. So I've received a lot of questions and people wanted to see how my cruise ship CV looks like. So today in this video we're gonna go through that and I'm gonna help you guys create your cruise ship job CV, and yeah, let's get right into the video. Okay, so I have my MacBook over here and I'm gonna open up my CV and we're gonna go through it. And now that I look at it, some of the things here just look very they're not relevant for the jobs that I was applying for, which was my problem, and maybe that's why some companies didn't even bother to reply to me, So yeah, you're just gonna go through everything and then we see and we work from. Actually, I think I'm gonna use my phone instead so that you guys can see that you can actually create your CV using anything and anywhere, anytime. Okay, so I'm gonna start by going through two of my CVs that I used to apply for my first cruise ship job and the second one. So let's get right in. Okay, as you can see on the screen right here, this is my very first CV. I was fresh out of college, a new graduate, and yeah, it's very pink, okay? It is very pink, but it made sense for me because of the field that I'm in. I studied graphic design, so I think that kind of showcases that a lot, even though I don't really like it right now. And yeah, but in my field it makes sense. But I mean, if you're in a different field and you're gonna apply with such a pink CV like this, it's just too much going on and it just doesn't make sense. Even I changed as a designer because, as life goes on and you grow older, you realize that all of that is not necessary, because as a designer you have a portfolio, so you can showcase your design skills in your portfolio. So all of this, the drama, is not necessary. I could have just made a plain CV and then put a link to my portfolio. That's the way to go. But now I know better. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna zoom into each and every section of my CV and we're gonna go through it and the things that I wrote, and yeah, what I think is necessary and not necessary. So as you can see, I have my picture up there, because also when I did the CV, it was I think in third year, and they said you need a picture, but not all of them. You don't have to have a picture. If you don't have your picture on your CV, I think that's better because they're not gonna judge you based off looks. But I know some companies prefer seeing how the person looks like. But I mean, if they're curious and they like what they see on your CV, they can schedule an interview and then they can see how you look like. And you're gonna look all professional there, ready for your interview. But yeah, I feel some people do judge a book by its cover and they'll look at your picture and already see that they like you or they don't. So it can be a good and bad thing. But as you can see on the title, I have obviously my full name and surname, and then I just wrote resume. Yeah, I don't think I should have done it because we already know what it is. What I would change now is I would put maybe what I specialize in. I'd put graphic designer or visual artist, something along those lines. And then we move on to the section where it's about me. So there I have my personal details. That's basically my first name, contact details. So I just put my number and email, and then nationality, South African, and then languages. So I just put the languages that I spoke. And also when it comes to cruise ships, the more languages you know, the better. But yeah, I have South African languages that don't really work in other countries. So this is also kind of unnecessary information for them because nobody speaks Zulu in the US or wherever the ship is going to be, unless it's crew members. So it wasn't really helping me. But if you know Italian, Spanish, for MSc, I was applying for MSc. It's an Italian company. You're gonna get a lot of Italian guests, so it's always better if you can speak the language, especially if you have a position that's guest facing. Then if you can speak the language, it just makes your job so much easier, and they're always looking for people like that. And also when I applied for MSc, I was applying to so many positions because I was bored at home. I was a new graduate and I was unemployed, so I was applying for youth staff, crew staff, all these positions. And then I did see one where it was kind of related to graphic design, where I do the programs and the guest programs and flyers and things like that. But I did not apply for that at first because I saw on the thing it wrote that you need to know at least 3 to 4 international languages. And I was I only speak English, so they're definitely not going to take me. But you see, guys, sometimes just apply. So yeah, that was my mistake. So when I got the interview with MSc, I was scheduled for I thought the interview was for crew staff, but when I was doing my interview with the lady, she's like, "Oh yeah, I see you applied for this position to be crew staff, but I would like to interview you to become a program publisher because I saw your CV." And she was like, "I saw your pink CV because it's dramatic and it stands out, you see? So it showcases my skills, I guess, as a graphic designer." So she's like, "I saw your pink CV and I'd like to interview you for this position." And then that's when I spoke to her and I was like, "Oh, I saw that, but I didn't apply because I thought you need to know all these languages in order to obviously get the job, because that was the job requirements when I read through it." So she was like, "No, we're gonna train you, and with the languages thing, you can still do the job. And then if you need something translated, we have international hosts, so you don't really need to know how to speak the languages." And I was like, "Oh, so you see, sometimes just minds those job descriptions and apply anyway because you'll never know." So yeah, then she interviewed me for that, and that's when I got the job as the program publisher with my pink CV. So yeah. And then what did I have? Now I want to move on to the next section of my CV. That's hobbies. So basically I just put like my interests and things that I do. Like I was teaching like art and painting to like what was it? It was a children's home. So we were doing that, like we were teaching them how to paint and things like that with like some of my friends, and that was really fun, and it was one of my hobbies that I did while I was still a student. So I think this helps with my CV because then they can see like what you like doing, and you can do certain things. I can work with kids, so if I apply for a position where it requires me to work with kids, at least they know I did something like that already. So I don't have the experience, but I did something like that, so that might kind of help me. Maybe somebody is willing to take a chance on me, we don't know. And then these are art things that I put, like, because I'm also like a visual artist, so I paint and I draw. So I used to like exhibit my art at different places, and yeah, that's what I did. I'm gonna move on to the work experience just to show, because I didn't really have like graphic design experience at all. So in this one, oh yeah, here I updated it. So as you can see, I put program publisher, MSC Cruises, and I worked there for like a year. Okay, it was more than that, but yeah, I put that. But before, when I applied with this wasn't there. So obviously I kept updating my CV, but before that it was just sales assistant, and it was at Hemleys. I worked there for 3 years. This wasn't my varsity days, and I wanted a job because I was broke. So I was like, this will be fun. I'm just selling toys. So yeah. So when they interviewed me, obviously they asked me about it. They're like, "Oh, tell us about your job at Himleys." So every time when they interview, they use your CV. They're like, "Okay, I see you work here for 3 years. Tell me a bit more about that." Then that's when I told them what I did. We were also like demonstrating the toys. So I was doing that a lot, and I was telling them. And we also had to sing and dance. So I said those things in my interview, and yeah, I guess it worked out. And then I had an internship. I think this was the only thing that I could say was related to what I studied, which is the internship, because it was in a marketing company. But this was only 3 months, and I needed it to pass my practicals where we had to get an internship. So yeah, it's not really a job, and I wasn't getting paid as well. So that was just 3 months as well. So still, I have no real experience like that in like the graphic design world. And then this, I put it in there, but I mean, it felt like a job. So I was a SRC, obviously for 3 years, because I studied at Inscape. So I was a SRC at the school, and I was doing like a lot of posters, planning events and things like that for the students. So that was like a second job because I was doing my schoolwork, and then after school I had to go to these meetings and arrange and plan all these events, do the posters. So it felt like a job, and I put it there because that's experience as well. So yeah, and I put the marketing coordinator as my reference so they can call her. Okay, I didn't have her email here. So sometimes it's easier to put the email because the number is a South African number, and these companies, obviously, they're probably in other countries. They might not be able to call. So an email is more convenient, I think. So yeah, maybe you'd want to work on that as well. And then production assistant manager. What was I doing here? Oh yeah, also still a student, and they're like, "Oh, they're looking for an assistant manager on set." This was, I think we were shooting for 3 days. It's like, "Oh, that's a fun job. 3 days and I get paid." And then I did it as well. It's just a lot of hard work though, guys. Being on set, you have to retake, it's just a lot of things that goes behind the scenes of shooting something. So yeah, but I had fun there as well. And I put it on my CV as well because it was going to be very empty if I didn't put these things. So also, guys, if you're still a student, get involved in so many activities and do try things, even if it's not related to your field. Like, I have no business working at Hemley's, but I stayed there for 3 years because I was getting paid. And that experience, I guess, also it helped because it shows that, oh, you can stay in a workplace for this long, you know. So it wasn't related to what I did, what I was studying, but it's still experience regardless. So yeah, so always get involved in things like that. And then the next section, it's the last two. So it's the education and the skills. Yeah, same thing with the skills. I don't think I would have put, see these things that say AI, PSPR, those are the design softwares, and then I put like a ranking of how good I am. Obviously, they're not all the way failed because I don't think you can ever like be perfect at something, especially the programs, they keep changing. So there's something that you'll always need to learn. But yeah, I think I would remove that because you don't want to be ranking yourself and then you be like, oh yeah, I can do this and I'm very good at it. And then you get there and you don't know anything. So it's better if it's just not there so that there's no expectations. And in the interview, they ask you, oh, can you use these specific programs? Obviously, these ones, I put them there because I know how to use them. So I said yes, and yeah. In the education, also the subjects, I put like all my subjects that I did in high school. I don't think that was necessary. I don't think anybody cares about that. They just need to know, did you pass? They don't even ask me if I passed matric, but I guess it's obvious since I studied and completed my diploma in graphic design. That's at Inkscape. That's what I put here. And but that was my CV and it was very pink. And then, yeah, so I worked at MSc for a while. And then after that, oh, this is going to be such a long video. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, I worked at MSc. And then after that, I took like a break from ship life and I stayed home like for a while and I was like, okay, I'm ready to go back now. And then when I replied to like my agent for MSc, I'm like, oh, I'm ready to come back. They're like, okay, we'll let you know when there's like a ship that's available so that you can go to. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So while I was waiting for them to assign me a ship and it was taking like a while, like months, and I was getting bored at home, I was like, okay, I'm gonna apply to other companies while I wait. So every time I was searching, I was seeing like better positions compared to the one that I had, and they were more related to what I studied, and they were more like design orientated as well. And that's when I started applying to other companies because I was like, okay, with these positions I can grow more, because obviously I did want to change eventually with the MSc position. Yes, it's kind of related to what I do, but we don't really use the Adobe softwares and things like that. So onto something that's related to what I do more. So then I switched to a new company, and this is the CV that I use. So this one, I also don't like it anymore, and I need an updated CV. I haven't updated my CV in like years now. Not years, a year. So yeah, this is how it looks like, and it's 2 pages. That's my problem as well. Like I like a CV that's 1 page, and you know, it's not a lot. This one, I also feel like it's too wordy. Like there's so many things you need to read through, and it's just too much. Sometimes recruiters don't even have time. They get thousands of like CVs, you know. I don't have time to be going through my paragraphs like this. Like, So what I could work on here is just shorten it, because I like the structure. It's straight to the point. It's not too busy. If they want to see my design work, they could just click on the portfolio. This one, it's very long, so I'm not gonna go through like everything. As you guys can see, it's like, yeah, there's a lot going on in the CV. I wonder how I got that job, because I'm just looking at it, I'm just seeing, I see so many mistakes, like the spacing also, it's just disturbing my peace. But anyway, I got the job regardless. So this was my second cruise ship job. I'm a marketing specialist at a new cruise line now. So same thing, I had my full name at the title, but this time, you see, I put graphic designer and visual artist because that's what I am. And then on the side, I just put like, okay, my location so that they know at least where I'm from. So I just put Centurion, South Africa. That's where I used to stay. And then my number, email, and portfolio link. That's it. They don't need to know anything else. My number and email. Email is the most important one because that's what they're going to use to communicate with you. And then portfolio link, if they want to see, obviously, some of my design work and things like that, they can just click on it. So So the first thing I put is education. I've just put where I studied, which is Inkscape, and then it's a diploma in graphic design. And then I went straight to the point with work experience, because that's what they focus. I've noticed that's what they look at first, like work experience. And if you don't have experience, I don't know, get experience, not make it up. But yeah, get experience, or like you can also volunteer. I think I saw that helps a lot, like try and volunteer, especially if you, let's say you want to apply as waiter or something like that. Go to restaurants and ask if you can like volunteer or do job shadowing. And then you do that and you put that on your CV. So while you look for something permanent, you know, you have something on your CV and then you can try and apply and they might take a chance on you. So I think that really helps as well if you don't have experience. But so obviously when I applied for this job, I already had like a cruise ship job experience. So I think that also worked in my advantage. So I put what I did, go MSc. So I was a program publisher and then I just put that and the responsibilities that I did. So that's all the bullet points and it's just long paragraphs and I feel like it's just too wordy. Like nobody has time to go through all of this. So I would just shorten it, maybe 2 bullet points or even 3 if I'm stretching it. But yeah, I think 2 bullet points is fine and then I make them shorter just to summarize like basically what I did. And if they want to learn more, then they'll schedule me for an interview, which is better, you know, instead of them reading everything I did. Yeah, I can tell them face to face and I can convince them that I'm the one you need to hire, you know. But yeah, okay, next is I went through this, which is internship that I did in the creative team, and then SRC at school, and then I was also doing like this as a part-time graphic designer. This is what I got, like when I took that break, that's what I was doing. So at like a company called Virtual Deck, I was a part-time graphic designer there. And then production assistant manager still there. And then Hemleys for 3 years. But you see how I moved those ones down because those are like the old ones. And then the recent one I put up. Also, I just put the ones that are relevant to the job that I'm applying to on top because it just makes more sense. And then, yeah, I put my skills and interests there. And then at the bottom is just references. So the MSc, I put the person's name, contact details. So email always there. If you don't have the email, I guess it's fine, but just try and get the person's email. And yeah, that's about it. And that's why my CV is like 2 pages, which is, yeah, I don't like that it's 2 pages because I just want 1 page so that they can look at it and then they're done. They don't take too long on it, you know. And if they're impressed, obviously they'd want to schedule an interview and get back to you. So yeah, what you can use because with these 2 CVs, I used Illustrator to make them, but if you want to create your CV, you can just use Canva. It's very easy and it's quick. I actually want to just show you guys quickly how you can like create your own CV on Canva. And yeah, it's free and you can download it and you can always go back and edit it and update it if you need to change something, which is really great. Oh wait, before we get to going to Canva, there's this website where it's called All Cruise Ship Jobs. I'll just link it down the description box below. You can actually like click on the tabs and then go to, there's a CV writing section. So you can go there and you can get a professional to write your CV, your cruise ship job CV for you. Just tell them what position you're interested in and they'll basically cater that CV according to that position and what they would want there, I guess. And you have to pay like $24. Yeah, me, I don't like paying, so I use the free stuff, but if you want to pay, you can use this and yeah, get your CV done for you, I guess. Some people like paying for convenience, so I guess you could try that. Or you could just read like what they wrote here. It's a lot of like information and the tips. And yeah, it's very like convenient and it'll help. So what you're going to do is you're going to type on your Google Canva. And I'll also link it down in the description box below so it's easier for you to find. You're going to type in Canva and then we're going to go to start design. Wait, why is it not? Oh, it wants me to sign in. Okay, so now I have my Canva open and then I'm just going to type in CV. And then we're just going to look for like templates that we can use and what you can work on. And then when you open it, as you can see, find like a bunch of them over here. And you just scroll and see which one you like. Don't pick something that's too busy and it just wouldn't make sense for the position you're applying for, you know. Like if you are a photographer, I guess you can, if you're into some film stuff, if you're a designer, you can choose these ones that are very, very busy. But I mean, if you know you're applying for like an admin job and things like that, make sure it's something like, let me see, here's an example. Like I like this one. Like yeah, you could use something like this. This is very like clean, straight to the point. As you can see, compared to my one that's 2 pages, you see this one says work experience and it's just like paragraphs that are neatly aligned. It's not too much reading and it's 1 page and it's straight to the point. And then there's also like personal profile. You just talk a bit about yourself as well. I also like that. And this person is a marketing manager. So yeah, I should learn from Jonathan. But yeah, so something like this would work. I think it's not. And I've seen some of my friends' CVs that work on board. They look like this. Or let me just see if I can find another one that I've seen. A lot of people have this template. A lot of crew members that are in like the galley department, and it just looks like this. Can you see how is this? Everything is there. It's straight to the point. It's not too complicated. They can read it. They can pick up what you're about and your skills and things like that. So yeah, just look for CVs like that. But yeah, with Canva, as you can see, this one says Pro and it has that star. Then that means you have to pay for that one. So you're gonna look for the ones with no star, without the Pro, like this one here. Let's just open it up. Why is my Wi-Fi acting up? Okay, there we go, this one. And when you open it up, so basically you can edit. So I can just delete that picture, you can delete that image, and then you replace it and put your image. Then you click on the name, you can edit it and put your name, obviously. So it's very like quick and easy, and you can do it on your phone, save it, ready, and apply. Like, how convenient is that? So you see, I could just like edit. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to spell my name really. So I could just put Kuketso, and there we go. Oh, nope. There we go. And that's my name, but oh, I'd also put my surname. So if I don't have space, I just drag that and then I make it fit. Obviously, just make sure everything is aligned, you know, don't mess up the spacing. But I like that it's already there for you. So you just click and edit. But in this situation where I want to put both my names and you can see it's not going to fit, you just drag this thing and you can drag it all the way, and yeah, so then everything can fit. Then I can put my surname as well. You can make the font smaller, a bit smaller as well, just to fit everything and make it look nice. And yeah, as you can see, personal summary, contact details, work experience, and then certifications and just academic history, and that's it. That's the CV and it's done. Very quick, very simple. And then you start applying. And then just make sure you cater your CV to the specific position that you're applying for. So if you're applying in the galley department, make sure you put relevant experience for that. If you're applying in the entertainment department, make sure you put relevant experience for that. And links that show your work, because they want to see what you can do, especially in entertainment. That's what I've noticed. So yeah, just make sure you check those things. And you know what, things like where you have to write your personal summary and work experience, where you put like the bullets and things like that. If you do want to put bullets, you can also use ChatGPTQ. Is that what it's called? Yeah, that. I love it so much because then it helps also with writing. So you could use it. You can be like, oh, can you write me like a personal summary about myself, and then put these points and these points, and then it's just gonna write something for you. And you can just say make it long, make it short, up to you. And then once you get that, once it's written it for you, then you could just copy that, and then now you edit it the way you like it. You can change a few words here and there. Don't copy it directly, because then that is not your writing, that's stealing. So change it into your own words and then edit it, but at least you have the base and the foundation of what you can work with. And yeah, let's just see if I can find it. ChatGPT, that's also free, so that's what I like about it. So I just go there and see, there it is. So you just try, and you just, why is it not making me type? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, there we go. So you see, I can just say write me a summary about myself, and then I just give it like a few pointers, like, oh, say that I'm mention these points. Let me say that. Mention my graphic design skills, and painting experience, I guess. I don't know what to say. But yeah, I just want to give you an example so that you can see. And oh look, it's already writing me a long paragraph. And if I wanted to make it short, I could just say make it a bit shorter for me, and then it'll do that for me. Make it shorter. Should have included that in the first. What is wrong with my spelling today? Make it shorter, and then it's gonna make it shorter for me. You a skilled graphic designer with a strong, oh, and then I could just say obviously write it in third person, first person, whatever. And yeah, so then you just copy that, and then you go and edit it in the way that you want, obviously. So you see it's saying you're talented and strong, what. You know what you are, so you're gonna write it, and then you're gonna work with this foundation, and then yeah, and that's it. But yeah, that's how my 2 CVs look like, and those are the sites that you can use that will help you with your CV. And I hope you get the job eventually. So yeah, what I'm gonna do right now as well is work on my new CV, because we saw that 2 pages is just not gonna work. It's okay to have 2 pages, some companies don't mind, but I just feel like it's a bit much. Like, I can't be going through a million like CVs and then when are you coming to 2 pages and 5 pages? Like, no. But some people have a lot of experience and that's why they have 2 pages and it just makes sense. But with me, I just feel like it's things that I could just remove. They're not necessary to the positions that I'm applying for. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys on my next video.